Hi everybody, today we have a black and red deck inspired by Ob Nixilis the Adversary. I've been looking for a 3-mana planeswalker to play again in Standard after just running into a lot of decks with Farewell and just a lot of annoying kind of late game stuff. Against those type of decks, if you can usually land an early planeswalker or some other similar effect, it usually ends up going pretty well for you. This was also partially inspired by the new card from Karlov Manor, Case of the Stashed Skeleton. I just love this little guy. Look at it, covered in little purple blossoms. It's great. Not only does this card have great art, it gives us a wonderful demonic tutor style effect later on in the game once we get rid of that skeleton. Now, how do we get rid of that skeleton? Well, Ob Nixilis is happy to take care of that for us, and often just the threat of a 2-1 menacing skeleton attacking every turn gets some kind of response out of the opponent. It's not usually an issue to get that guy out of the way. Now, backing up the skeleton package, we have Massacre Girl Known Killer. This is a new card from Karlov Manor as well, and gives our creatures Wither, meaning that they deal damage to other creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters. However, the big draw of this is that we get to draw a card if a creature's toughness was less than 1 when it dies. And then at the top end, only a few targets for our tutor effect from the skeleton. We've got Aclazotz Deepest Betrayal, nice for the lifelink and flying and extra abilities it brings along with it. Of course, Virtue of Persistence we've seen before as a nice removal and reanimate effect. And we're also running Rakdos, Patron of Chaos, who is really fun in a right situation. So now let's go see some games with this deck over on the ranked standard ladder. Let's go Blackcleave Cliffs. Opponent's got a Pestilent Siphoner. Love these magic names sometimes. Ooh, wow. Necrogen Communion. Well, I will say, we are going to learn a lot playing the bat. Yeah, we're going to take Bring the Ending here. Honestly, I don't like anything. And opponent's either just going to get it back. Oh, they send it in. All right, let's just block. You can have that back. That's fine. Rather not get hit by a toxic 3 creature. All right, let's go Reef. Let's drown an Ichor. Okay, so that leaves him with just the rat. Maybe we can get out ahead of the Bring the Ending. Yes, especially if they play a creature here. All right. Let's go... Yeah, let's go Massacre Girl. We know they don't have removal for it. If we can use her to fuel some card draw, we can stay ahead, especially... Looks like opponent's missing a land drop. Okay, what do we do here? We got 5 mana available. I think that is the perfect time for Urabrask's Forge. Virtue of Persistence. Let's see how this works. So, Blightbelly Rat dies. Its toughness was less than... What is it, 1 or 0? Less than 1. We draw a card. Forge happens. Hit the opponent for 5. Okay. Alright. It's going to be nice. Turns removal into card draw spells. Another Blightbelly Rat from the opponent. I mean, I was a fan of the original Massacre Girl. They actually had... If anybody remembers, there was a card in Hearthstone that did pretty much the same thing. If anybody remembers what that was called, let me know. Let's go... I think we go Mishra here. That's going to give us some triggers when we get the Forge token. Yep, gain a little bit of life. Although life doesn't matter too much here. So the girl has Menace. They block the Forge token just to proliferate some extra poison on us. Alright, so misplays with the bat aside. At least we were able to get some stuff down on the board before Bring the Ending. And we're kind of got more momentum going than our opponent. Although I guess they could still proliferate us out of the game. Opponent goes Experimental Augury. Up to 5 poison counters. Fancy Swamp. Necrogen Communion. That does bump the toxicity level up to 3, but no attacks from the opponent. Because we can take him out on the crackback, although I'm not sure how effective this Siphoner is as a blocker. Especially with this Mishra trigger. They can block Mishra itself. And that's 7 remaining. All right. Okay. You know, playing with creatures, it's not that bad. Good game. All right, here he is. Man of the hour. Ob Nixilis. Really inspired to play this deck by Curse of the Stashed Skeleton. It's actually just not a bad rate. Like a 2/1 menace creature in black. It's fairly decent. Let's go ahead and get rid of this sleeper from our opponent. And we might actually go Dragon Engine on turn 3 here rather than Nixilis. Gumdrop Poisoner. I've seen people play that. I don't know. It's not for me. I do like a good food deck though. So Dragon Engine here, the idea is we can get Mishra down if we get an untapped land. And you might remember this. Oh, there we go. 4th land. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. Let's see if they decide to remove our Dragon Engine. So you might not remember this play loop from Brothers War. You probably do, but if you can go Dragon Engine on 3, Mishra on turn 4. If they take care of the Dragon Engine, you unearth it on turn 5 when Mishra can attack, and the Dragon Engine has haste. It's just a nice persistent loop that you can try to get your opponent with. Suppose they should have hit Mishra there with the Grasp. Doesn't matter, we missed our land drop anyway. Alright, let's do Candy Grapple on the Gumdrop Poisoner. Go to attacks. Mishra drops him to 14. Hit the Bloodtithe Harvester. Get some more creatures on the board to get a bigger Mishra trigger. And then we might have to finish this game off with Ob Nixilis if they can sweep this away. Sheoldred. Alright, we'll sacrifice the small one. A tap land. Come on, deck. Play the Restless Vents. Yeah, let's activate the Vents, actually. So we can get in with just the Vents, get a tiny Mishra trigger, discard one of these Nixili. Okay, well, there's the untapped land finally when we don't need it. It's okay, we can work our way up to Virtue of Persistence, too. Opponent with land number 6. Life of Toshiro. I've been seeing this one a bit more in some deck lists recently. Opponent thinking about it. So that's going to pump up Sheoldred. She can get in with the attack. She's got Menace, so we can't block. Anything else fancy, or just a sticky food trigger happening? Alright, opponent passes it back. We draw a redundant Mishra. Now let's go for the combo. Let's unearth this Dragon Engine. I think we're gonna pass on that trigger. Let's attack. So normally this is where the opponent would remove one of these. They don't. Hey, we got it. Living the dream. Oh, so many options. I think I've only done this one time before. What are these options? Let's see here. Opponent discards 2 cards. Sure, opponent has 2 cards in hand. 3 damage. Destroy target artifact or planeswalker. Creatures gain menace or trample. Well, nobody's blocking. That doesn't matter. We'll do 3 damage. What else? I mean, creatures we don't control, that doesn't help. I guess it's Power Stone tokens. At least we can use our blood token. Wait, what is our opponent? Our opponent's at 9 anyway. Oh no. Alright, well, good game. Okay. Alright. Got an Evolved Sleeper to start us off this time. Second Forge. Let's lead off with the Sleeper. So some of the great deck builders that I like to follow, every once in a while, I kind of check in with what they're doing. And, wow, opponent really does not want us to have that Sleeper. At any rate, as Standard has grown in size, card pool gets larger, decks become more optimized, more efficient, and so it's just a good reminder to me to kind of decrease the overall mana value of our deck, or mana curve, I guess you would say. So try to keep things at like 5 mana or below. Make sure you got some good interaction with your opponent's stuff. Play, whoa, Preacher of the Schism. All right. Play things like creatures that come with extra comes into play abilities. You know, get a little extra bang for your buck. All right, let's go Drown in Ichor on the Preacher, since unlike usual circumstances, the Trespasser doesn't hurt me that much. We'll get in for 3 after pumping up the Forge with the Proliferate effect. Yeah, normally Trespasser is like #1 target, since a lot of my decks use the Graveyard. But yeah, you want to help yourself to that spell, be my guest. Opponent's got a Phyrexian Arena on board. Alright, well, I think we're off to the races. It's likely going to come down to some Forge tokens getting in here with trample damage. Play out this Restless Vents. So we might be in a situation where we can surprise our opponent with a Mishra trigger, attacking with these 2 Forge tokens. I don't think we're there next turn. That's something to keep in mind. Opponent hits us for 3, flips the Trespasser into the Glutton. Hey, we pick up the Skeleton finally. Alright. Okay, so yeah, just 7. Don't think the trigger would have done it here. Feels like opponent has a response. Bitter Triumph. Discarding a card. Okay. So are we going to hit with the 2-1? Good. Alright, opponent drops to 11. They've used a precious removal spell. Let's play the Harvester here. Opponent's only got 1 card left. Even if they draw an untapped land for this Virtue, I don't think that's going to help them immediately, so let's kind of press the advantage. So, Forge token's going away. Opponent's making a Murex token, which can't block. Arena triggers. Have to remember that one, too, for lethal damage purposes. Alright, there's 7. Well, opponent swings in. I mean, we'll put the Harvester in front of the Might. Skeleton can't block. Follows up with a Trespasser. I thought for sure there was a board wipe coming in there. Alright. Eats the Preacher for an extra damage. We're at 6. Alright, well, we've potentially got 4 attacking creatures this turn on our side. Looks like 7 trample damage from the Forge tokens. Opponent's only got a Trespasser and 1 unknown card in hand. Let's just send this in as is and see what's happening. Opponent makes a Might again. The Mights can't block. Okay, well, that was Xaxes. Good game. Alright, I love a good mana curve in the opening hand, but we got to send that back. Yeah, we'll take this. Alright. We got Deep-Cavern Bat, Case of the Stash Skeleton, and Phyrexian Dragon Engine here. Let's go Bat and see what our opponent's working with. Probably green-white enchantments. No. Oh, some Storm Chaser Drakes with Royal Treatment. I mean, taking a Drake doesn't make much sense. Let's take the, essentially their only counterspell. We do play with some removal in here. So as long as our removal can get around a giant growth, hopefully we'll be alright. Alright, let's play out this Dragon Engine. Hits deceptively hard. Opponent playing Bant Stormchaser Drake, so we're likely going to see what? Probably Ivy. Maybe some Tamiyo's Safekeeping. There's Ivy. Alright. Must have just drawn that. Good timing for our opponent. Okay, let's go attacking with the Dragon Engine. That lands for 4. Play land number 4 for us. Yep, let's do Skeleton. So this could allow us to Ob Nixilis with the casualty cost and make a copy of it next turn. After we attack, of course. Alright, opponent attacks us. I'm not blocking. Does a giant growth. This is gonna sting. We take 10 and drop to 8. Follow up is Wing Commando, a flyer with prowess. Nice. Well, they are tapped out. Let's go Candy Grapple on... Hold on. I think let's do this. Yeah, let's go... Let's attack here. I don't think they're going to block. Okay. That brings them to 8. Yeah, let's grapple Ivy. Okay. So that at least cuts down the multiplying effect of her ability. Let's go Ob Nixilis. Sacrifice the skeleton. So I'm not sure how useful the menace is going to be, and maybe Ob Nixilis can go over the top, or at least be a distraction. Alright, I want one of you to ask our opponent to discard. They do. There's one Drake down. Alright, the other one's going to ask for the discard as well.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
Alright, they don't, and our skeleton has been successfully removed. However, they have a backup Ivy. And they're attacking for 4. Any kind of buff spell here is bad. We just got to take it. Okay, they don't have it. We can see they've got one unknown card in hand. Okay, let's play out this land. How do we do this? Let's go searching with the skeleton. Alright, so we've got 4 mana available. Options: Mishra, Sheoldred, Forge, Gix, another Ob Nixilis. Alright, I think what we're going to do here, Virtue is both removal and life gain if we play the sorcery side. Okay, opponent Fading Hopes, Ivy. Does a little scry. Original Fading Hope returns our Dragon Engine to hand. Okay, how do we survive this? So if we attack here, opponent can just discard to Ob Nixilis and then hit us on the return swing for lethal. Opponent good gaming us. That may be an honest good game. Sorry, opponent, I gotta think about this. Let's make a devil. That gives us the life gain trigger. We'll do 1 Ob Nixilis on the plus. Opponent, yes, will likely discard. Discards the Ivy. Pushes us to 7. Okay, a Drake. Last card is a slip out the back on the Drake. That pushes their team up to 5. That would have been lethal, but we had the life gain. Opponent can't take out both of these planeswalkers, and they are short on blockers. Got there. Good game. Oh, I think we got it. Let's lead off with the Cliffs and a sleeper. We've got a turn 2 skeleton with a turn 3 Ob Nixilis. Pretty much the whole reason for me cooking up this deck. Alright. Let's attack. Play the skeleton. Pass it on back. Opponent with the Eater of Virtue. Card that looks like it's better than it actually is. If that makes any sense. We draw Sleeper. Let's go attacking. Okay. Land number 3. Ob Nixilis with Casualty. Goodbye, Skeleton. Thank you for your service. And I think... So our opponent's green and black. Let's make a Devil. And we will ask for the discard. Case has been solved. Ready to tutor for things. Tell you we could tutor for some swamps here. Alright. Case is solved. Let's attack. Drop our opponent to 12. We'll play out Sokenzan as a land. Yeah, let's keep going. We'll lay down the Evolved Sleeper. Make a Devil with the second Nixilis. Ask for the discard with the first one. We're going a little wide here. Opponent's got a Sheoldred. Fancy Sheoldred at that. So if they've got any kind of sweeper, that's not the greatest for us. Massacre Girl versus a board of tiny creatures. Oh, they're going to draw some cards. Well, we got to keep going. So if they block... Oh, good. No? Alright, they blocked, so that's going to allow us to Candy Grapple Massacre Girl. Does draw them a card. But our board is so tiny, we kind of got to get rid of her. Let's do Virtue instead of Grapple. Grapple's an instant, and Virtue is not. Alright, let's ask for some insurance payments there with Ob Nixilis.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
Opponent thinking about the discard. Discards some swamps. Okay, oh, what is... Opponent performing an urgent necropsy. Takes out our case, our original Ob Nixilis, and one of our creatures. That's interesting. That's not too bad. So we're left with a board of tiny stuff. Our black mana situation hasn't been great, but I think we can start building up the sleeper now. Let's attack for 3. This game's been all about the chip damage. Let's fire up Ob Nixilis and ask for the discard. How low does our opponent feel comfortable with going, is the question. Discards Courier's Briefcase. Opponent beseeching the Mire with Bargain. Alright, what bad news are we going to cast for 4 mana here? Okay. Phyrexian Obliterator. Well, you know what we can do? Let's go Demolition Field. They do finally have a non-basic land. Usually like to keep these for the creature lands, but this is fine. We will take action. Let's grab a swamp. There it is. And I think if we Candy Grapple with Bargain, sacrifice the Devil, we get an extra damage. And then no matter what they decide for Ob Nixilis, we can pump up the sleeper for 3. Okay, I was going to say if they got to cut down, but they don't. Good game. This is keepable. Couple of Blackcleave Cliffs in the opening hand. Opponent with an Epicure. You never know if it's mono red anymore if they start off with the Epicure. True mono red likes to start off with a Swift Spear. Up. Spirited Companion. Okay, so this could be the Boros Convoke deck. Going wide with tokens. Let's play the bat. The bat may not survive, but we'll see what's... Ooh. Song of Totentons. Aurelia is the 5-drop. And another Epicure. Well, opponent only has 1 plains in hand. Let's get rid of the song for now. Aurelia is hasty. Opponent plays out the second Epicure. Well, at least we can kind of keep up in the ping damage race with this bat. We do have a second bat to take another look. Opponent discards a third Epicure from hand. Attacks for 2. No blocks here. And we pick up a Haunted Ridge off the top. Well, let's go attacking. Nothing. Okay. No Elspeth Smite or anything. Let's take a look again with the bat. Probably going to take that Aurelia, unless that second card is really nice. Oh, just a land. All right. Well, Aurelia, you can stick with the bat for a few minutes. It is pretty flavorful that the bat is just like peskily stealing your cards temporarily. Opponent attacks us for 3. 1 mystery card remaining. Alright, we gain 2 of that life back thanks to the bats. Let's play out Massacre Girl. Got a Candy Grapple in hand. We can start drawing some extra cards. Opponent with a flashed in Resolute Reinforcements. Okay. Opponent plays Get Lost to get Aurelia back. Still a mana short to play her. But if I remember correctly, that deck can still kind of pump up the team with some spells, so they could sneak in some lethal here. Let's explore on the bat. Massacre Girl has Menace, but the opponent has a ton of creatures. And I'd kind of want to keep her for the moment. Alright, nothing but lands thanks to those map tokens. Tell you what, let's grapple the reinforcements. Draw a card. Land number 3, the draw. I'm really not playing that many lands in here. Let's attack with the bat. Suppose there's a world where we attack with the girl as well. Try to wipe that board. Okay, opponent attacks all out. Let's block one of these things. We'll drop to 6 with that attack. Yeah, maybe we should have attacked last turn. Not used to facing down Aurelia. Alright. Let's go Bloodtithe Harvester. Keep building up our board. Get a blood token. We can Candy Grapple and bargain the token away to take out Aurelia. That's going to trigger Massacre Girl for a free card draw. And it's either Bat or Virtue. Virtue gives us some guaranteed life gain, so let's hit one of those Epicures with that and draw another card with Massacre Girl. Now I feel good about attacking there. Going up to 9 with the Bat. Opponent's got Rabble Rousing. So I wonder if they just slam the attack here. Trying to build that board back up again. Ooh. Yep, just a plains. They come in for the trigger. Get a couple of citizens. We'll block the Epicure, draw the free card. And we've got Mishra. Well, we've got a good amount of mana. We might be able to do a couple of things here. So they can block Massacre Girl with these 2 tokens. Let's play out Mishra. Let's go to attacks. Nice. It is nice. Nobody plays Mishra anymore. Let's see what they decide to do here. Okay, no blocks. Is there a way we can... Oh, they're empty-handed. Alright, so if we casualty Ob Nixilis, Bloodtithe Harvester is the sacrifice. Then the opponent doesn't have a choice. If we plus Ob Nixilis, automatically 2 damage, and wraps it up. Good game.